Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Rishi Harinan and C News is live at noon. Topping the news at this time, Wayne Liverpool has been charged with the murder of 13-year-old Videsh Subar and 56-year-old Hafiza Rose Mohammed. He is expected to appear in court this afternoon. This was confirmed by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in a social media post to their Twitter page last night. The post said Wayne Liverpool, 25, of Guayco Sangre Grande, was charged at around 9:45 p.m. in the double murders of Videsh Subar and Hafiza Rose Mohammed on June 28th. Well, the Director of Public Prosecution has also advised the police to charge another man in relation to this double murder. Solomon Baksh, the brother of Rose Hafiza Mohammed, has been charged with the murder and that of Videsh Subar. Well, we have our reporter Peter Christopher at the Arima Magistrates Court, where the suspects are expected to appear this afternoon. He's on the line to give us an update. Good afternoon, Peter.
Good afternoon, Rishi, and good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, it's still a waiting game here at the Arima Magistrates Court, where we are awaiting the arrival of the two people charged with the murders of Videsh Subar and Hafiza Mohammed. As of this time, there's a fairly decent gathering of people waiting to see who the killers are. They have been asking media personnel about the cameras, currently waiting to get a glimpse of the accused. But as of now, the suspects, of course, have not yet arrived. We were told that they were supposed to arrive about an hour ago, but as of now, we are still waiting for them to come.
All right, thank you very much, Peter. Our reporter Peter Christopher at the Arima Magistrates Court, where the two people charged with the murder of Videsh Subar and Rose Mohammed are expected to appear in court. The body of a 3-year-old boy washed ashore at Pier 1 Shagaramas this morning. C News understands at around 5 p.m. on Sunday, the child Messi Gorkin, along with his mother, father and other adults, were bathing when the mother left to take another child to the washroom. Messi was left in the water with the others. He disappeared within minutes after that. A search was carried out for the child, but he could not be found. His body was found washed ashore at about 5:55 this morning. He was recovered by Coast Guard divers. Caranage police are investigating. To some other news now. The hearing to appoint a provisional liquidator for CL Financial will take place this afternoon at 1 o'clock, and head of the CLICO Policyholders Group, Peter Pamel, is asking members to show support at the Port of Spain High Court. Speaking on Good Morning Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Pamel explained the function of the provisional liquidator if appointed.
In the interim, what happens when you file for liquidation of a company? A provisional liquidator has to be appointed, and that individual will take control of all the assets of the company. So in a sense, it makes those directors defunct after that provisional liquidator is appointed, pending the outcome of the matter, which will be the petition. Because if the petition is successful, then the court will rule or give an order for the wind-up.
Mr. Pamel said this decision is not the right approach. He claimed government's move to appoint a liquidator was as a result of policyholders wanting to meet to appoint other members to the board of directors at CL Financial, which will give them control over the government in this matter. Mr. Pamel maintained government should not go down this route.
Because there's really no need for them to go this route. What should have happened is that this matter should have been negotiated, a mutual resolution of it, arrived at, because the shareholders are saying, we want to pay you back, we want to settle this matter. And it seems as though the government has been ignoring them for all this time.
This is the C News Live report at noon. Remember, you can keep up to date with all the latest news on our website at ctvtt.com, or you can check out our Facebook and Twitter pages at C News Live. The Cabo Star, the cargo vessel which will be used to service the Seabridge between Trinidad and Tobago, is expected to arrive in this country today. This morning, the Minister of Works and Transport, Rohan Sinanan, told us the vessel was on its way but couldn't say what time it will arrive. The passenger ferry, the Ocean Flower 2, is expected to arrive in Trinidad on July 26. Well, there is a backlog of people at the ANR Robinson International Airport in Tobago as people are trying to get to Trinidad. Our reporter Patricia Nicholson is on the phone to give us some more information as to what is taking place. Good afternoon, Patricia.
Hi, Rishi. Well, news just coming to hand is that the ATRs are being flown once again. I was just reliably informed that one of the ATRs was at the ANR Robinson International Airport awaiting passengers sometime around 11:15 a.m. I'm not sure under what circumstances or conditions the pilots have agreed to fly them, but of course I'll get those details later on. And this must come as a relief to passengers trying to get to Trinidad, as pilots have decided not to fly Caribbean Airlines ATRs as they claim the aircraft were unsafe due to technical problems. There were several flight delays and changes to the schedule on the Trinidad and Tobago route over the weekend. Sunday in particular, the ANR airport was packed with concerned and some irate passengers trying to get to Trinidad. Of course, jets were used in the interim, but only when they became available, as some of these jets fly between other Caribbean islands and internationally as well. So it was not as reliable as they thought it would have been in terms of the jet, but passengers were still there up to late last night trying to get back to Trinidad. So it was very chaotic. It is still chaotic at the moment, but with persons now being asked to present their boarding passes and so on, and hundreds of passengers are still at the airport. But the good news is that the ATRs are being flown, and of course more details on that will be given later on.
All right, thank you very much, Patricia. Our reporter Patricia Nicholson giving us an idea on what is happening at the ANR Robinson International Airport in Tobago. Well, CNews contacted the communications department at Caribbean Airlines Limited. They said this morning flights have been operating out of Tobago to Trinidad. However, what needs to be determined is whether people who are awaiting unconfirmed flights or on standby. Cal said while some flights have been delayed, they are moving assiduously to move their confirmed flights. Moving now to some other news, Devon Matthews will be remembered for his love for local culture and his competitive spirit. This from his friend and colleague Ansel Blaze Isaac. CNews reporter Dion Batiste spoke with Blaze, who was with Devon moments before he passed away.
Tributes continue to pour in for Devon Matthews, who passed away on Sunday morning. Ansel Isaac, better known as Blaze, a popular radio and TV talk show host, said he was on stage with Devon for about 5 minutes when he exited the stage without warning. When he inquired, Devon told him it was a case of indigestion. He returned to the stage but was summoned backstage a minute later.
We're not going any back now. This is on stage. This is not off stage. Any backstage area, Devon was lying down on the ground. So I called for emergency personnel and the ambulance and all of that. And for the emergency, the fire officers and stuff on stage, so they responded immediately. And they tried to revive him, put him in the ambulance, and then I headed down in the ambulance, I going down in the ambulance with him and saying that he never regained consciousness, and they tried to revive him in the emergency room in St. Clair.
Devon never regained consciousness. Blaze said he would be remembered for his dedication to the art form and his competitive spirit.
The man, Devon, would have competed with Usain Bolt in 100 meters. And he would have try and find a way how to beat Usain Bolt. If he had a plan with somebody to trip him or some kind of thing, he would try and execute the plan. Devon was determined and he was competitive. You could depend on, when you say competition, you could depend on, I wanted Devon on my side. He was a master planner. I one thing with him, boy. He loved music, he loved music, he loved music. Love music, real bad.
Mayor of Arima, Lisa Morris-Julian, has since voiced plans to honor Devon Matthews. According to a release from her office, Matthews was recently nominated for a Civic Award at next month's Arima Fest celebrations. Morris-Julian said Matthews exemplified the ideals of Arima. Dion Batiste, CNews.
Well, the Ministry of Community Development, Culture and the Arts is joining the national community in mourning the passing of Devon Matthews. It said the radio personality and soca star's music transcended age, race and gender as his 2017 hit with Ella Andel, The Journey, further propelled his stardom. Minister Dr. Nian Gadsby-Dolly expressed shock at the passing. She said, quote, Devon had a fire and a passion for his craft, which he pursued and lived every day. He was a true entertainer and he will be missed. The Culture Minister expressed condolences to his friends and family, and she said she extended prayers of comfort in their need at this time. Now for the weather, predominantly sunny over most areas with occasional showers mostly over southern areas of the island. There is a 60% chance that one or two of these showers could become heavy and thundery. Tonight should be mostly clear and cool. Gusty winds, street and flash flooding may occur in heavy showers and thunder showers. A call is being made for the Minister of Agriculture, Clarence Rambarat, to have a police post established at the visitor center of the Caroni Swamp so that citizens and tourists alike can enjoy this ecotourism site in safety. This from former Minister in the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources and the Member of Parliament for Couva North, Ramona Ramdial. She said Coast Guard patrols are also needed for the coastline in and around the Caroni Swamp on a daily basis to deal with illegal poachers. Ms. Ramdial said her call has come in light of last week's incident where an alleged shootout between game wardens and poachers occurred and resulted in a boat crash and people being injured. She said poaching of one of the country's national birds, the scarlet ibis, is a serious offense and is punishable by imprisonment and fines. As a result, she said having the game wardens assisted by police and Coast Guard will see possible results of a reduction in poaching in and around the Caroni Swamp. Pastor Daniel Tiloxing is concerned about the present state of the Trinidad and Tobago's judicial system. He said the third estate has been through an embarrassing period and added that the 53 unfinished cases still remain a nightmare for the courts.
We need to, and we need to say this. We say this as commoners and the nobility and the bourgeoisie who expect the judiciary to be our leaders and to guide us and so on. We need to preserve and maintain a justice system that is healthy and reliable and worthy of public confidence. We're not criticizing anybody. We need the third estate, but we need a third estate upon whom we can depend.
He said right now this country is in need of a strong judicial system.
We need the judiciary to hold us together, to keep us together, to be our counselors and to be the guardians of law and order and morality and decency. And this is why I am so concerned. I believe, in fact, all of us, I hope you support me, by saying we need to appeal as a nation and as a group of commoners. I like that word. It separates me from the nobility. Yes, we need to make an appeal.
To some news on the lighter side now, Chandani Chanka has been crowned Miss World Trinidad and Tobago. She beat 7 other girls in the final competition last night. The show was held at the Central Bank Auditorium. As a result of a victory, Chandani will represent Trinidad and Tobago at the Miss World competition later this year in China. Opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessy says women in Trinidad and Tobago have come a long way. She was speaking at the 4 Faces of Woman Dialogue hosted by the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual Organization. She said a good example of that is the makeup of the current parliament.
We have something. Today, the president of the Senate is a woman. The present Speaker of the House is another woman. I think the leader of government business is another woman. And of course, the leader of the opposition is another woman. So in that arena, there are a lot of women. We've seen a lot more women appointed on state boards, for example, as directors. We see a lot more women out there as doctors, lawyers, engineers.
Mrs. Persad-Bissessy said as time progressed in Trinidad and Tobago, certain laws were even adjusted in favor of women.
Remember, there was a time when the law was very clear that a man could beat his wife. But there was a condition, and the condition was that the stick that he used should be no thicker than the thumb of the judge.
Advocacy groups say women have made great strides, which is reflected in their right to vote and their right to equal pay. But there's still much work to be done. Mrs. Persad-Bissessy said the time has come for the draft gender policy to be put into action.
Anyway, I'm sure you have your lessons. There is a draft gender policy. Are you aware of that? Some of you will be. There's a draft gender policy. They're just gathering dust on a shelf somewhere. I again recall that this draft gender policy should be laid on the table and implemented if we are to move forward. Should we sit and wait for others to do it, or should it be that we, in some way, I would say lobby, but I don't even want to go to lobbying because many people from having about politics get very scared.
Pastor Daniel Tiluxing has praised the president of the Rapid Fire Kids Foundation, Kevin Rathiram, and his executive for the job they're doing with children in need across Trinidad and Tobago. He was speaking at the foundation's 5th annual dinner on Saturday evening. The Rapid Fire Kids Foundation is dedicated to helping the children of the nation by raising money throughout the year with a series of fun events including fundraisers and projects. Pastor Tiluxing said not many parents can afford the basic necessities for their children. He's encouraging citizens to do what they can to assist children in need. This country's women's volleyballers suffered another heartbreak loss at the cycling velodrome as the curtains fell on the Ladies Grand Prix Group 3 Pool 3 tournament. The local ladies lost a thrilling 5-setter to Cameroon, going under 15-10 in the 5th and deciding set after they fought back to draw level at 2 sets all. Earlier, they lost more convincingly to France, who topped the group after knocking off Australia in another 5-setter, 15-12, in the finale. The Calypso Spikers were looking for their second win in the competition and carry on the momentum from their victory over Australia, and the home fans were behind them. France, on the other hand, are the group leaders and showed just why they were at that position. The French continued to dominate the proceedings against the Calypso Spikers, who were giving it their all. Shannon Thompson played a key role for TNT. She finished with 9 points, but France would win this one and book their place in the Group 3 finals with a straight sets victory of 25-20, 25-22, and 25-20. The 41st edition of the Harvard Football Clinic opened yesterday at the club's headquarters on Serpentine Road. The clinic caters for the young and upcoming footballers, and according to the club's vice president, Elliot McNell, it is one of the many sporting clinics offered by the club. He then thanked the parents of the participants for putting trust in the club to develop the talents of their children.
I wish to thank the parents and the guardians who year after year bring their children to this clinic. It means that out there you have faith in the Harvard Club Clinic to guide your youth, to be better players and citizens, especially at this time in our country when we are going through a sort of a challenging period.
The clinic has been sponsored by Milo for the last 13 years, and this year Orchard has come on board. Mark Clark of Nestle says the company is committed to the clinic these difficult economic times.
So much enthusiasm and excitement from the kids, and I am touched to ensure that this clinic is always sponsored by a Nestle brand. It's a commitment I give today and for as long as I stay with the company to ensure that we support this activity.
That's it for sport. Well, that's the C News report at noon. I'm Rishi Harinan, and remember, for up-to-date and breaking news throughout the day, visit the C News website at ctvtt.com. Have a good afternoon.